250th birthday to the United States Marine Corps. I'm a proud Marine, served from 2004 to 2008, really kind of created the foundation for what's driven me on my political journey. And 250 years, it's a long time, and it's a proud organization. But Donald Trump decided to celebrate the Marine Corps birthday by having Al Qaeda in the White House. You see here, Ahmed al-Sharaa was once an insurgent imprisoned by U.S. forces. Now he's the Syrian president and the first Syrian head of state to visit the White House. After his meeting with President Donald Trump this week, Sharaa sat down with the Post for an exclusive interview. Now, he just recently started going by that name. I believe that's his birth name, but for like the last several decades, he was going by al-Jilani, like Muhammad Abu al-Jilani, and he was a radical Islamist. He wasn't just some rank and file member of Al-Qaeda. This guy was one of the leaders of Al-Qaeda. When he went to Syria, he was leading the Al Nusra Front. Al Nusra Front was working with ISIS, kind of created the state of ISIS as far as I understand it. But now he's in the White House. I did a video on this guy a couple weeks ago talking about how General Petraeus was kissing this guy's ass in New York City, the same city that Al-Qaeda affiliated radical Islamists flew planes into the buildings. And now he's in the White House. Is this guy just going to be, is he there? Is he just a proxy? We're just using him to go against Iran now. We're trying to take over Syria to go against Iran. See, this guy's a Salafist. He's a radical Islamist from the Saudi fashion, radical Sunni. The Sunnis are going to war with the Shiites. A lot of our foreign policy in the Middle East isn't necessarily about us. It's about supporting Sunni action over the Shiites or supporting Israelis again for the greater Israeli project to expand Israeli borders. Are we putting this guy in power? Because see, now ever since Assad's collapse, Israel's been occupying portions of Syria, and this guy doesn't have a problem with it. Christians are being killed in Syria by radical Islamists. But Trump's talking about going into Nigeria to fight Boko Haram, the same Boko Haram terrorist group that when all of the corruption exposure of U.S. aid came out earlier this year, you had Republican representatives talking about how U.S. aid was going to funding Boko Haram. But no, this is how President Trump celebrates the United States birthday. Not the United States birthday, the Marine Corps birthday. We have Al-Qaeda in the White House. This same guy that Marines were fighting against for decades is now in the White House. And Trump made some kind of joke about, how many wives do you have? And this guy said he only had one wife. And President Trump says, well, yeah, you never know with you people. Ha, 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 ha. Some very lowbrow humor, but it's enough to keep the Trump base that's not really paying attention entertained. They say, oh, he made some kind of joke about Muslims having multiple wives. That's funny. Hilarious. That's hilarious. The president makes jokes about not really understanding Islamist culture. Who cares? Focus on what's going on here. Al-Qaeda is in the White House, and we're aligning ourselves with them. What's going on? Is this really America first? I don't care what's going on in Syria. I don't care what's going on over there. Worry about us. Stop aligning yourselves with these people. It's crazy. We also celebrated Veterans Day. Thank you for your service to any veterans out there. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating to me is I care about our country. I care about the people in our military. And the fact that so many of our servicemen and women are treated as just cannon fodder to be sent out, not necessarily in the interest of the freedoms of our country or the interest of our country or the Constitution that they're defending, but because there's some type of agenda that's more complicated than that, that we're not privy to, that all the insiders at the top are aware of, whether it's for multinational corporations or just wealthy elite trying to secure resources, or political interest of other foreign nations trying to expand their borders and their interest. At the end of the day, it's not the America First agenda. President Trump, stop this crap. Does anybody know, did Fitzy Mess do a birthday message this year? If anybody doesn't know, former Marine Fitzy Mess, he always used to do these birthday message rap songs, and they're awesome, especially if you served in the Marine Corps and spent time at Camp Lejeune. Just, you got to check them out. And Fitzy, if you didn't do a birthday message, please do another one. Really enjoy your music. It's really good.